Video, please rate, comment, share and subscribe. If you don't like this video, please tell me why so I can improve. I'm going to talk today about cell division. Now, there are two types of cell division, and by the way, I'm talking about cells in animals and plants here, not cells as in bacteria, which do something else. There are two types of cell division. There's mitosis, which gives you the same number of chromosomes, and there's meiosis, which gives you half the number of chromosomes. So I'm just going to talk about mitosis today because it's a simpler version of what we're talking about. The genes inside cells are compacted inside a lump of matter called the nucleus, which is surrounded by a membrane. And there are pairs of these chromosomes. Chromosomes are the way in which the genes are organised together, and in human beings there are usually 46, although there can be 47 under unusual circumstances in each cell. These are organised into pairs, and therefore there is usually an even number of chromosomes, although there is occasionally an odd number of chromosomes for various different reasons, and there can also be 45 chromosomes in humans. The phase in which they first occur is called the interphase. This is the normal phase for a cell. What there is you've got the nucleus inside, which has got all the DNA compacted together, and you've got a thing called a centriole on the outside, which is similar in structure to the flagellum. It consists of a bundle of fibres which are all compacted together like that. So in the interphase, that's what the cell is normally doing, pootling along, producing, I don't know, secreting insulin or something like that, whatever it does in the body. But then it needs to divide. So it then enters the anaphase. Now in the early anaphase, what happens is the chromosomes coil up together and they become quite compact. And when they become compact, they pair up together. And the membrane around them starts to dissolve. The centriole is still there. Okay? The centriole is still there. So that's the prophase. I think I might have said anaphase. Did I say anaphase or prophase? I don't know. Anyway, in the late prophase, what happens is they have definitely bundled together properly, like that, in pairs, and you have the centriole splitting into two, and one moves around to the opposite side of the nucleus, and the nuclear membrane begins to dissolve. When that happens, all the other organelles are also splitting in half. The other organs, as it were, of the cell are also splitting in half. But let's not go there yet. The things that bundle the chromosomes together are called the centromeres. So the centromeres are the bits that bundle the chromosomes together, and the centrioles are the things that will eventually pull the chromosomes apart. Centrioles pull them apart, centromeres hold them together. So that's the late prophase, looks like that. Next one is the metaphase, meta meaning after or with. In the metaphase, a spindle starts to form between the two centrioles and passing through each of the centromeres, like that. And the chromosomes then line up across the equator of the cell. In other words, the central part of the cell. And the nuclear membrane has completely disappeared. Also, the nucleolus, which I didn't show you, has disappeared as well. I did actually draw that in. That's that little blob there, which is inside the nucleus. So that's the metaphase. We then get the anaphase. Ana meaning up, I think. In the anaphase, a membrane starts to form between the cells, in the middle of the cell, and the spindles start to contract, pulling the chromosomes apart. And as they pull apart, the centromeres move up towards the centrioles, and they start to get pulled apart. They're in two halves. One half moves down there, one half moves up here, or to one side and then the other. Okay, so that's the next one. Then in the late anaphase, they are pulled further apart and they are completely separated into two separate cells very close to the centrioles. So there you go. That's in the late anaphase. Next one along is the telophase. Telos meaning end. And in this phase, the spindle is still there, and the new chromosomes are starting to bunch together. So you've got the same number because they split in half, and they're going to get other halves joined together, and they'll be complete. So that's where they are, and the cell membrane is formed between the two. Then finally, nuclear membrane forms around them again, and you get the interphase again, where there are two daughter cells of the original parent cell, along with the centrioles sitting there nicely, and also all the other organelles, which I haven't bothered to draw. And then you get back to the interphase, like that, and the process starts all over again, and it actually starts doing stuff. So, I'll see you tomorrow.